wee sị nya mmalụ onye ọbụla ebe ọbụla ị nọ na-ege m ntị wee sị ka ọ malụ gị mma wee sị nya mmalụ ndị Biafra niile mma ebe ọbụla onye nọ ndị IPOB gbara ụwa gburugburu nya wee sị nya mmalụ unu mma ekene m unu n'ụbọchị nke tata wee sị nya mmalụ unu mma ebe ọbụla unu nọ. David Chukwuemeka, greetings from here. Na mgbede anyị ga-etinye ọtụtụ okwu ọnụ mana before ngaba n'iru m ga-akpọkwa Olisa onye kele eluigwe n'ụwa wee sị nna bịa were ọnọdụ n'oge akara aka elugo. Ana m akpọkwa okike kere ụwa kee n'igwe ka ihe niile wee sị nna bịa n'oge ahụ akara aka elugo oge ahụ ikwere anyị na nkwa wee sị gị na bịa buola anyị ụzọ kpeela anyị azụ. Ana m ewelu dis broadcast na-etinye gị n'aka wee na-asị gị nna ka okwu ọbụla ga-esi m n'ọnụ wee pụta n'ụbọchị nke tata bụrụ okwu eziokwu wee sị gị ka inye onye ndu anyị amamihe wee sị gị ka iduo onye chekwabịa ọma aṅụ n'ije anụa anyị ga-enweta Biafra wee sị dịka na anyị ga-adị ka echi maka na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Ekpe m n'afa Chukwu okike abịa ma ise ise ise. Ọ bụrụ na ọ tatabụ izi na-esonyelu m onye nna n'ụlọ Maazị Achebe Paul. Okwu m ga-etinye ọnụ na mgbede a bụ the foolishness of AGF of the zoo. Malami ka ọ gịnị ka na-akpịa na the foolishness of TV soldiers serving in the zoo why nọ na ha na-agba ọkụ and the fake news that is going on that Sheku Abubakar is dead. Sheku Abubakar is not dead. Ọ bụrụ na unu ga-echeta my previous broadcast last week, my last broadcast, agwa m that na federal government na-enwe meeting with Buhari, with Boko Haram, with other terrorist group in order to use them to fight Biafran. But our people are watalia. Nyawa kan eju egwu na the strategies ndị a ju ebata dị all the different. Chelu na ọ dị ka my YouTube adịchala clear enough. I cannot rotate the device any longer. Okay, it's more okay like this. My YouTube channel, I'm trying to set it because just a minute can set here my YouTube channel because na mgbede a m ga-etinye okwu niile ọnụ okwu that is okwu ahụ na-ezo ezo m ga-akọwa many things everything na-ekwu every broadcast na-eme nnebe na-ekwu okwu some people na-eche ma onwelo ke onye a na-akọ gịnị ka ihe ọ na-akọ but ọ bụ na ị na-ekip record of Maazị Achebe Paul's broadcast ị ga-afụ that na okwu m niile na-ebe o mechọpụta na mmezu but due to na mabụlọ prophet people anaghị afụcha na anaghị ekip record of my words. Gịnị na ya this YouTube of 18 I will not show he said may move on, no time to waste. Now the thing YouTube had the channel bright but I have to continue like that. I have to continue because all luck and they know na YouTube. Now ke okum na mgbede the AGF of the Zoo Republic Cambodia, the last interview on with Channel TV. I made the interview. Joanya, ke you off maka the banning of open grace. Unamali yoku. Or she that not possible. On compare the banning of opening grace and the banning of spare parts motors in the north. Can we better the video so that ndị na watch behe many of us are watching them but don't we one thing okwu there ndị very vital because in every nonsense there must be a sense. Can we better the video so that can you watch the video so can you na watch ya na doke ya na the video analyze so that can you na water because at times this janjaweed gebe ha okwu we will try to pick one or two things from them but emechekwa janjaweed will always be a janjaweed.
Constitutional structures to operate optimally.
So when the southern governors are asking for restructuring, you're throwing back to them that they need to go and restructure their state. Is that what you're saying?
It's truly because they cannot deny, for example, the local government to operate optimally. They cannot deny the autonomy of the legislature, state legislature, and state judiciary, and still be clamoring for restructuring. What structure are you talking about?
Now, if the reason I do go na restructure my work, nke a ka anyị ga-ebu ụzọ tinye ọnụ mana ka anyị ga-enu the video ntị Josie ana m ekene, David Chukwuemeka ana m ekene, Ebere Chukwuobi Chimex ekenekwa m gị, Mancho Nwachukwu daalụ rinne, Lucky Boy Chibest ekenekwa m gị. Now, the first of all, one point to make here, because in every, like in Walloon, in every nonsense, there must be a sense on it. In every nonsense, there must be a sense. They are talking of restructure because we are not talking of restructure. We the Biafrans, we are talking about Biafra independence, total freedom, total free from anything that has to do with Zoom. And you need here. So now, the so stupid people na clamor for restructure. Kona Johanna, ke better that na the whole local government can function. The governors may close the local government. That is a good point. They have to go and restructure it. But that is not the issue why I'm here. I get into.
For example, let's take one item at a time.
Yes.
The issue of devolution of power.
Yes.
Do you think that the federal government carries too much? The concurrent and the exclusive legislative list, do you think that it should be tampered with?
All powers.
Now, campus wanya Frank Sidney, Dalorine, Igwe Ogere, Dalu. Let me analyze this point. Emmanuel, this channel journalist, but what type of restructure are they clamoring for? This man, because of normal ongwelo journalism, ongweli kega straight to the point. Restructure in the East is clamoring for is not devolution of power. Ihe ha na clamor for is the total control to return to the regional, the 1960, where every region will be in charge of their resources, be in charge of their development. Even at that time, but Western Nigeria, Eastern Nigeria, and Northern Nigeria. So if you are talking about the devolution of power, to how? If we are, but if we hear this Pamazalia, because a Janjaweed must be a Janjaweed.
Indeed embedded in financial autonomy. What have they done to allow the local government structures to operate optimally? Take, for example, a situation whereby a local government council is entitled, among others, to participate in the security arrangement of a state. And then the local government council chairman is denied of the fund to run the local government. With the fund, he can now deploy the resources down to the village head, down to some other associations operating with it. But now you deny him the resources available to make them available to a village head. Even if a village head has intelligence report about a criminal existing within the society, he is denied of the limited resources that he could use to come over to the local government council chairman to notify him, for the local government council chairman to come over to the state DSS headquarters.
Now, can pause one here before I got too much fun. Now, the stupidity of this man, let me regard my people, Chris Anyangu Mbadi, greetings from here. Chukasi Nwanam, greetings from here. Anthony Ewere, greetings. Ihonu Chijoke, greetings from here. Dudu Ndo Ekenemge. Now, the restructuring they are calling for, Keye Basta local government of a state with the restructuring of the nation. A nation is calling for restructure, whereby the every region will have their own state police. Every region will be in charge of their security. Every region will not be depending on the federal level for the protection of lives and properties of their citizens. This idiot is here talking about local government. That the government, the state government close every local government. They cannot. He's giving dirty example. This is the reason I say that making a Fulani man, giving him to head any place is the worst mistake any person can make. Is the worst mistake. Now, on a compare looking, on any local government in the north, any east in our control. On law, but this man is here telling you that you have to restructure yourself. He pass message to the people na campaigning for restructuring, that the restructuring is dead on arrival. Because this man now, that now the restructuring the people are calling for is dead on arrival, because on go and restructure your own state. Tell me, how can state restructure her own state when a foreign state is collecting what belongs to them? Other people now be na your own state. Niger Delta will according to the label them Niger Delta. Oil in Imo State is being channeled to Kaduna. Oil in Anambra State, in the Enugu State, in the Delta, Asaba, Bayelsa, River, Akwa Ibom is being channeled to North to be refined. And this man tells that for you to request for that resources in your state, you have to restructure your state. How? Before they didn't make something, Haga Mudogi first. They must hold you on your broadcast. On the guy for that now the whole governors illegal the whole money the emet for them. All the eastern governors, the southern governors are guilty of corruption. That is why they are using them, and they are using EFCC to threaten all of them. Can you hear for the? Can you hear for the?
Just for example, all the police to notify. Then what are you talking about?
So you will not advise the president to listen to those calls for restructuring?
They should address it at their own level first, and then let us see what happened before now coming over to the president. It's not about the president. It's about denial of the functionality of the structures at the bottom, at the lower level. And that is what indeed restructuring is all about. If you allow the state legislature to operate optimally, the checks and balances required will be there. If you allow the local government council to operate optimally, the necessary development in terms of the from here. But once you deny them the resources to operate, the autonomy to operate, then certainly you cannot, you do not have a legitimate right to clamor, to perhaps agitate for any restructuring, because you are not a believer in allowing the process to operate optimally in terms of taking its natural course.
Now, if later this man now drive his stupidity, although in a one way or the other, it might be, I must tell you the truth, it might be right, because most of the governors in the East don't allow the local government to operate. That is why you will see a governor assume power. Over his throat, there will be no a local government election. And these people, they are very smart. They are keeping your record. Now they are using it against them, that is shouting, restructure Nigeria. Instead of them to call for freedom, they are calling for restructure. And he is now telling them, why have you allowed your own local government to function as autonomous, freely, like a local government is supposed to be? He is now using their sins to now question them. But this has nothing to do with the restructuring the people are asking for. For in his mind, Nimuche only make a point. But you will not compare that with the restructuring of Nigeria. Nigeria is calling for restructure. If any state feel like the local government is not functioning or the chairman is not functioning, it's left for the local government, the people, to tell their governors. Now the state and the local government, this man is talking, and everybody is telling you that they want to restructure according to the stupid Southern governors, because that's how I call them. Meanwhile, the masses, the real indigenous, what they want is freedom. In the southern Nigeria, which is called Biafra, we want the country, our own nation, Biafra. In the western, they want Oduduwa nation, which is Oduduwa Republic. Now, why can't this man listen to ask the governors, what did your people want? Is it restructure or is it freedom? But out of his stupidity, he now tell them that the local government is not operating freely, and because of that one, you cannot restructure Nigeria. Maybe because of one local government is not functioning, you cannot deny the full country their right. You see what I am saying? He deny, yeah. But that is not the major reason. The major reason you are here now because Okanaga to his normal foolishness, because only the original stupid something on that you will put there. Can you learn at that place? Can you
So for you, restructuring call is dead on arrival.
I don't even understand what they are talking about restructuring against the background of denial of the other.
Most of the northern idiots are not able to restructure because the people na campaign for the restructure. I'm not requesting for. When you don't know what you are requesting, how can you persuade the dead to these idiotic people to know what you are requesting? Because you speak in both sides of your mouth. Can be the major reason why you are speaking what about the campaign, because none of them can stand and come out. This is what we want. That is why you don't beg somebody. You give the order. You speak like a man. How can only 1% be controlling 99% indigenous? Because of the so-called the South East governors, South governors, the Southwest governors sold their self one kobo before these people. Mbuno nwele any of them nwele onu okwu, ha mere onwe ha usu enwele onu before ndezegoro. That is why this idiot ga na jogi ke you na gather the main point.
Structures to operate.
So they also called that they asked and they said that they banned open grazing across southern region of the country. What's your view on that?
Well, it's about constitutionality within the context of the freedoms expressed in our constitution, enshrined in our constitution. Can you deny the right of a Nigerian?
Good. According to Nigeria constitution, according to constitution, everybody has the right of movement. But in the north, everybody has the right to do business wherever they want, right? Everybody has the right. Make business. And in as far as now that business is legitimate, it's not an illegal business. You have the right to do it. Why not this journalist all these idiots in the north? Why do they ban selling of alcohol? Is alcohol prohibited? Is it a contraband business? The answer is no. Alcohol or why or do here why hate you ban? If everybody has the movement, the same Nigerian constitution will that if anybody violently enter your business and destroy it, whether be it a farmland or enter your home and they molest you, the person will be charged with a murder case. But Fulani man can use their cow to enter your farm and destroy everything. You see the problem.
For example, it's as good as saying, perhaps maybe the northern governors coming together to say that they prohibit spare parts trading in the north.
Imagine, how on earth can a human being be comparing spare parts business with a cow? Let me educate this man, because this man is very stupid. Sorry to use that word, but that is how he is. How come you made this man AGF of the zoo? Drum a zoo is a zoo. Obodo police ofuanya onye nwere ofuanya na bueze. Spare parts motor, you cannot shed it in ordinary sun. Before you will sell a spare parts, first of all, you must rent a store. You must have your permanent place, which means you will have a store or you have your building and you use it for business, right? You will have address where some people will come to meet you. You have identity. People know you who you are. Then you pay tax. You contribute to the economy. You contribute to the growth of that very community where you are. You create employment because for you to have a spare parts, you have created job for yourself. That is also employment. You create job. That is what they call entrepreneurship. It's part of job creation. At that shop, you can employ anyone to be serving you, and you are paying tax, giving the person food, and you are now developing the community where you are. Now, the Fulani people that is carrying their cows, are they paying any tax? The answer is no. Do they have any address? The answer is no. Do they have any identity? The answer is no. What are the Fulanis contributing? What is the Fulani contributing? That is the question I want. The journalists, I don't know why the Nigerian journalists don't have the prawns of journalism to ask questions, to carry out their duties.
Does it hold water? Does it hold water for a northern governor to come and state expressly that he now prohibits spare parts trading in the north?
But when the governors came together and said, this is a problem that we've seen, and this is the solution, and they felt, look, the solution will be stop the open grazing across the land, stop the transportation by foot of cattle.
If you are talking of a constitutionally guaranteed.
Wait, first of all, this journalist had to hear this question. Okay, on any part of the north, the spare parts people, the people that are selling the spare parts, on any place had destroyed any shop or any house in the name of selling their spare parts. Ojulo that question. In the history of the Nigeria, on any place in Katashiki that their spare parts people are killing or doing anything because of they want to maintain their spare parts, the answer is no. Kaine again the idiot.
Right. The better approach to it is to, perhaps, you have spoken earlier about the constitutional amendment, is to go back to ensure the constitution is amended. The constitution, freedom and liberty of movement, among others, is yes.
Now, let me pause it. Do you know why he referred them to go back to the constitution? Who are the people in charge of amending the constitution? The Senate and the House of Reps, of course. Now, he knows that the northern people has the majority in the House of Senate. That once you present such issue, they will throw it out. The way the other bastard called Lawan said that no any governor or leader, political leader, will hear the cry of their people from the east, will lead this very agitation of restructuring. This idiot now is here telling you to channel it in the constitution. The constitution that is working or the one that is not working, I am asking him. Do you know why this man can stand here to tell them that open grace ban cannot work? And the reason why it will not work is because what security will enforce it? Do the Southerners, before embarking on this banning of open grace, have they made any provision to enforce it to become law? They have not. There is no security outfit they have created that can force this law. Because this idiot knows that when you tell the police people to go and force this law, the police people cannot force the law. Police cannot force this law because the Fulanis control the police. The Fulanis control the army. So he knows fully well that it will not hold any water for the Southern governors to come out on air and they ban open grazing without making provision to enforce it. How I wish before the southern governors embark on that their stupidity, because I call it stupidity. When our leader praised them for those things, I was not happy. I must tell you my mind, because I know that these people, their main plan is not banning of opening graze. Their main plan is evil. Now, he tell you, if they come on air, ban open grazing. Go to the whole southerners now. The Fulani are still moving with their destiny. The reason why no northern person, no Fulani idiot can respect that order is because nobody is there to enforce it. No human being is there to force it. No security outfit is there to force it. But when these northern people then pass the law, no alcohol, no restaurant will be selling alcohol. You see Isbab. They were searching house to house, hotel to hotel, restaurant to restaurant. They were enforcing it. They were enforcing it. Anytime you see the Eastern governors come together, know that they are planning to deal with IPOB. They are not planning to deal with Fulani. That is why, thank you, Dudu. I was very, very angry because I'm not happy, because I know the Eastern governors. They will come out, they will go to secret plan, everything they plan, they will come and tell you opposite. And you will think they are about to act. The outcome of the meeting, the Eastern governors or the Southern governors hold last week is what Governor Ugwan is implementing in Enugu today. Bringing oppression and bring peace to the east, to be searching house to house to kill our people. This man knows very well why he said that it will not hold water. Because it's the same thing of banning papers. But how I wish the southern governors know themselves and stood on their ground as a human being and make law. First of all, empower ESN, because I don't see any security outfit you can bring now to enforce anything that will not be corrected apart from ESN. How I wish the so-called southern governors come together, disband disband all of them, then use that money, equip ESN, then come on air and tell them that from today on, we are now adopting ESN as our official security, as the only Eastern security network that will be protecting the lives and properties of the East. And they will make that law that henceforth the non-ban the opening grazing, and the ESN will enforce the law to make sure that every idiotic Fulani cooperates with this order with immediate effect. You will see them. With the fear of ESN, all of them will cooperate. With the fear of ESN, you will see them. Once they will follow up. You will not be seeing any of them coming on air, because the fear of ESN is the beginning of comport yourself. The fear of ESN is the beginning of maintain yourself, or else they will maintain you. But do they do that? How can you tell me the full governors, all the whole governors from the south come for a meeting? The only thing they discuss is banning of open graze. That's why they gathered all of them. For how many hours? Since then, have you seen any other communication? That is why this idiot is sitting down here comparing banning of open grazing and spare pass. Let's watch the bastard.
Constitution. If by an inch you want to have any compromise over it, the better approach is to go back to the National Assembly. Open grazing should be prohibited, and see whether you can have the desired, perhaps, support for the constitutional amendment in that respect. But it is indeed a dangerous position for any governor in Nigeria to think that he can bring about any compromise on the freedom and liberty of individuals to move around.
For the idiot, that is why, Oshigi, you have to go to National Assembly to ask for constitutional amendment so that you can enforce banning of opening grace. But each barb never embark on the National Assembly to ask the power for the banning of this thing, of alcohol. That is why I tell you that our people are more foolish. The reason all these things is happening is because the governors don't know themselves. Now, let us go. Before I go to the TV soldiers that is still serving on Nigerian army, there is a video I will play to you. I will play for you. So that before I now analyze everything to you. Now, you see the reason why I tell you that in Nigeria, the problem of the Eastern, the Western and the Easterners are the Eastern and the Western Southern leaders. We shot ourselves on the foot. The Eastern leaders sold us. They are the one who bring this offer to us. Because when we elect you, then you bring yourself down before the Fulani Janjaweed. What do you expect from the Fulani Janjaweed? What do you expect? You prefer a foreigner, a Fulani, than your own people. How can you now succeed? They are now going to house in Biafra land, fishing, searching for IPOB, to kill, to abduct. No Eastern governors is talking. No Southern governors is talking. Nobody is talking. And this is the country where we have a Senate, we have governors, we have everybody. You see them shooting in Olu, killing in the whole Igbos, and everybody maintain nothing they happen. You are in one Nigeria. It's none of your business. Your people is not dying. Okay, and these people are now watching. In the north, Ebenwe Boko Haram, and what like that. Now, before we better this issue of this TV issue, can Kowalun Makat Shakiu Abubakar, this under this Buhari regime, Ebugo Shakiu Abubakar 6 times or resurrected 6 times. Nkane near the 7th time. Can you according to the news, has ISWAP, but the terrorists capture Shakiu Abubakar. We are going to relinquish the power, his leadership to them. And he said that instead of him to release it for them, he rather commit suicide and he blow himself up. That is the statement carried out by Sahara Report and Vanguard newspaper. Now, according to them, Hasig, the military intelligence report. So the military intelligence report, maybe this Boko Haram no, but he has said they are military jets to go and bomb it. But they are searching house to house. Mbemba that now this presidency is negotiating with Shakiu Abubakar, with all these things. You people don't believe me. The disappearance of all these things they said about Shakiu Abubakar is for them to launch attack on Biafra land. When you can so that Nima Bodie to Boko Haram, so that they will tell you that Boko Haram have been dismantled. That Boko Haram is no longer existing. They want to bring them in now. They will now bring them in to come and fight war for them. They are not coming as a Boko Haram again. They are coming as a foot soldiers. They are not giving them uniform. They are sharing military uniform to them. And they will transport them to Biafra land. Why are they doing it? Because they know that the Biafran governors, the governors we have in Biafra land, all of them are stupid. None of them know their left from their right. None of them know their front and back. They will bring all those things. They will start to kill us. But I have a good news for them. 10 days remaining. You know what 10 days means. Come, bring it on. We are waiting. The hour has come. The only pain I have here now is that most of our people don't know the game.